Hello everyone, welcome to yet another match day on the third man cricket show. This is the second match day, and it is a big one because two titans are going to play against each other. It is going to be a battle of blue versus green, and yes, you are right. I'm speaking about Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, and not the other game that you were thinking about. But yes, I mean, ऐसे तो लग रहा था कि it's like people have forgotten that there are two matches that are going to happen today. So we are just here to refresh people's memory that not just two teams are going to play, but four teams are going to be playing this match. So it's like Arjun made a comment earlier before the start of the show. He said that this is going to be the starters and the main course will be in the evening. So yes, two teams. I am confident it is going to be Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka, an exciting clash coming up from Group One, and two of the teams that have made themselves into the main stage through qualifiers. So let us kickstart the discussion. I mean, Sharjah. It is really like a graveyard for batsmen nowadays. It used to be a graveyard for bowlers, ek saal pehle, but now it is like a graveyard for batsmen. So quickly, guys, your thoughts on the two teams and what do you make of this matchup? I know कि मतलब hype के हिसाब से it is still on the lower side, but still it is a very important game for Group One especially. So your thoughts on Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka?
हाइप के हिसाब से तो कुछ है ही नहीं टू बी ऑनेस्ट हाइप है ही नहीं आई जस्ट फ्रैंकली स्पीक इट द थिंग इज बिकॉज ऑफ इंडिया पाकिस्तान बट आई फील लाइक दीज टू टीम्स हैव प्लेड रियली वेल एंड ऐसा लग रहा है कि आज एशिया कप है आज T20 वर्ल्ड कप नहीं है कि एशिया कप इन T20 फॉर्मेट वी आर गोइंग टू witness tonight and Ankit is rightly mentioning that spin to win for Sri Lanka definitely because you have Dasun Shanaka as their captain and Hasaranga is leading the spinning attack so definitely as when two Asian teams face each other, it's all about the spin bowlers. Even KB is mentioning about Mehdi Hassan, and you can't forget their main player, that is Shakib Al Hassan as well.
And also, like yesterday, we saw both the matches. Like it was little underwhelming because both all the four teams were rusty because their first match. Today's two teams coming set from qualifiers, getting proper momentum, and they are informed teams. So it's going to be a high quality contest. In fact, I might say the afternoon is going to be really thrilling. Like, everyone's ignoring the match, but it's going to end up being an absolute thriller because both the teams are coming in with a lot of momentum and form. So it's going to be an exciting match.
It's very sad. Like I just posted it on my Twitter that Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. This is a fixture that you didn't want people to miss out on, and unfortunately, because of all the hype that is created around the game that is going to happen in the evening, not many people would be tuning in to watch this match around. So it's very sad. But this match has the potential to be one of the best matches of this T20 World Cup because both the teams are very well packed in terms of their spin bowling, and arguably you could say that two of the best spin bowling teams are going to be clashing against each other. So it may be a low scoring thriller, but it is going to be a big one. So Samir is saying today's Asia Cup. Umkar rightfully agrees with that. So Shakib will be the key for Bangladesh. So let us speak about Bangladesh here for 1 second. I mean, first match that was a shocker for them, losing against Scotland in such a manner. But the way that they came back in the next two matches and qualifying to the next round, I think you have to give credits to what they did. A few of us, I mean, most of us expected Bangladesh to qualify in our group, that is Group Two. But Group One is now really looking like a group of death, and they could be the team to watch out for. So Omkar, coming to you, Bangladesh spin attack. You mentioned about Mehdi Hassan, but do you agree with this fact that Bangladesh in Group One has the best spin bowling attack in that group?
No, I think so that after seeing yesterday's match, I feel like England has the best spin bowling lineup with Rashid and Moeen Ali. The way they dismantled the Windies batting, like it was a Windies mistake also. The batters to just go for shots each and every ball and throw away the wicket. But I feel like Bangladesh is like a dark horse in this group because yeah, Kausu is rightly mentioning that the reaction of RCB fans would be that Pakistani guy if Asaranga did it. I guess Arjun will agree to this because he's an
Yeah,
RCB
yeah.
fan.
This is the typical after RCB tenure, they're doing well.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, so Shakib Al Hassan, I feel like will be the key because we have seen him batting as well. In who can you cannot forget the 2019 World Cup where he played. He was almost the contender for the player of the tournament. Like he scored around more than 600 runs and took around more than 12 wickets in that league. So he will definitely be the key. But sometimes I feel like Bangladesh will थोड़े ज़्यादा उड़ते हैं. थोड़े हवा में ज़्यादा रहते हैं यार, कुछ भी कर देते हैं, ऊट पटांग एंड दे, और ऐसे, और फिर अगर लूज होते हैं ना तो मतलब एकदम ही मोरल उनका डाउन हो जाता है। वो गलत भी नहीं, अगर आप जो करोगे वैसे ही पाओगे, दैट्स द मेन थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू से। But I feel like sometimes I think that they are missing Tamim Iqbal. They might miss him, Tamim Iqbal, because he's the most experienced player Bangladesh has, along with Shakib Al Hasan.
Interesting. And already you can see in the comment section, the topic has always been around one man, and that is one into Hasaranga. Ananya is saying such a value addition is what Hasaranga is. And Ankit is saying Hasaranga's batting is making him more of a perfect all rounder. So this is not the first comment that mentioned about Hasaranga, the all rounder, because we very rarely spoke about his batting in the previous, in the IPL for that matter. We always used to talk about him being a bowler. So I mean, the what better way to ask about an RCB player to an RCB fan? But Arjun, your thoughts on Hasaranga and the overall Sri Lanka team? I mean, they were phenomenal in that group, man. Bowling out Netherlands for just 44 odd runs, and even in the last match that they played, they were exceptional with the ball as well. So Sri Lanka would fancy their chances in this group. I mean, when you look at the teams that are there, West Indies, we saw how they fared against the spinners. We saw how England fared against the West Indies spinner in the second innings. So when you look at it, I mean, there could very well be a possibility that one of these two teams may even end up in the semi-finals because of their spin bowlers. So your thoughts on Sri Lanka's one into Asaranga and their overall team? How do they look ahead of the tournament?
So coming to Hasaranga, yes, of course, it's like sad to see that RCB didn't tap into his full potential. He could have been that perfect all-rounder we were looking for, but now that's in the past. Now it's in World Cup mode. So I think just think about that. And also all the talk about Sri Lanka spin attack, but they have two pacers who are bowling consistently in 150 kind of speed. Lahiru Kumara, he got the man of the match also in the previous game, and even they have Chamira, another ex-RCB guy who's bowling regularly at really good speed. So it's not only about spin attack. I feel Bangladesh is only about the spin attack a bit, whereas Sri Lanka seems like a much more well-rounded attack with a lot of spinners and all-rounders and good quality pacers. And Chamika Karunaratne, he's also a very exciting all-rounder, all-round like Hardik Pandya kind of an all-rounder for them. So like a really well-balanced team so far. And Sri Lanka seems to be like I would say that they are the favorites to win this game against Bangladesh.
Interesting. I mean, yes, Sri Lanka, because of their dominance in the qualifiers, they would start off as a favorite. But I somehow feel that people are going to discredit Bangladesh here for once because personally, I do believe that they have the best spin bowling attack in this group right now. No disrespect to Sri Lanka, I know they have been phenomenal, but somewhere I feel experience is going to come and count. And with this wicket in Sharjah, I think I would back Bangladesh very well. We saw how they did in Mirpur in the home series that they won against New Zealand and Australia. So they had little bit of trouble adjusting to a whole different environment in the UAE and even Oman when they played there. But now I feel that this team is really settled, and this could I do believe that the winner of this game could have a very well chance of qualifying for the semi-final just because of the teams that are there in their group to be struggling against spinners. So Sachit is asking, should Dinesh Chandimal bat down the order? He seems a little bit out of touch. So, your thoughts on Dinesh Chandimal? He used to be a star player for Sri Lanka, and even he used to captain the side at one point in 2015 or 16. But somehow he lost his touch. So, your thoughts? Where should Dinesh Chandimal be batting?
I feel like he has been a middle order batsman for a long period of time for Sri Lanka, so he should bat at in the middle order because you have got, I guess, Avishka Fernando. He has opened for you as well in the past, and even in the 2019 World Cup. So I think so. Avishka Fernando should open, and Dinesh Chandimal should be in the middle order to stable things because his strike rate is a bit low, like around 115, I guess. Kaustuv is saying that ideally Dinesh Chandimal should not bat at all. He doesn't want Dinesh Chandimal in the playing 11, but I think so that sometimes experience might matter, and the pitch at Sharjah might test his experience, and we might get the best of him because of the pitch, how in Sharjah behaves. So I think so. It will be very crucial for Sri Lanka to change their strategy going ahead in this group stage.
Yes, and one more player that I would like to talk about from Bangladesh side is, of course, the Fizz himself, Mustafizu Rehman, and he's had a stellar of a year so far in T20 cricket. And if you just count his T20 international stats, you can see it at the bottom of your screen. He has taken 24 wickets in 14 T20 matches that he played, averaging 13.7 and conceding at only 6.4. And for a fast bowler, I think those stats are phenomenal. So, Arjun, your thoughts on Mustafizu Rehman, and even when he played a franchisee cricket also, he did pretty well for Rajasthan Royals, and even in the domestic leagues that he was playing before the IPL, he was phenomenal as well. And there is a stat that he's the second highest wicket taker in T20 cricket in this year with 55 wickets. So Mustafizer has come back with a bang after the injury period. So your thoughts on the threat that the Fizz will possess in this match and even in this World Cup?
Yes, yes. The Fizz will be the spearhead of their attack. He's the main go-to fast bowler who will be handling the death bowling. And yeah, Sanchit, the RR fan, is getting happy with that. So yeah, so he's going to be really crucial. Their pace attack looks weak without him. So the onus is going to be on him in case the starting of the tournament, the tracks are not as spin friendly as people are expecting it to be. Then it all is going to depend on Mustafizur, how he is going to bowl his. And the thing about him is his the angle he gets is like very unique, like, and his accuracy is on point every time. So he's the kind of bowler who, regardless of the conditions, he will turn out bowling well. He's a very street smart cricketer. So really excited to see the Fizz come back. Like a few years back, he had almost fizzled out, but now it's good to see him back. So it's a good thing.
K drama shows क्यों देखो मैं? But yeah, keeping that aside, but yes, we are just 4 minutes away from the toss and the all important question. You have to keep put on your captain's hat, because toss in these conditions will play a massive role. We have seen how much of an importance toss holds, especially on wickets like Sharjah. And this being a day game, you never know where it could go with the toss. So we obviously saw lots of low scoring thrillers in the IPL as well when it comes to day games, and even in Sharjah, Delhi Capitals, Mumbai Indians game comes into our mind. 129, I think something they scored, and they found it difficult to chase that. So, guys, if you win the toss, what should be the ideal decision? Because dew is not going to take a factor. Is it better to just bat first, put runs on the board, or do you back your batsman to chase down any kind of a total?
No, no, no. I think so that this is not a Dubai or Abu Dhabi wicket that you can. The dew comes in the second innings when the day ends with some kind darkness. But I think so that you should win the toss and bat first because of the nature of this pitch. Slow wicket, and Sri Lanka can choke runs. Hasaranga can choke runs. Even maybe their bowlers Chamira, like they Dhananjay De Silva, they have good players to back their side, and they can defend it. They might say that the death bowling might be a bit concerned, but still, I feel that the spinners for Sri Lanka will do the job.
What about you, Arjun? You agree with what Omkar had to say about the toss batting first should be ideal?
No, I feel like they should bowl first because the last two matches, like if forget IPL, if you just look at the World Cup so far, like it's been very low scoring matches. So they should look to bowl first and again look for some kind of total that can be within the 120 range or something. Like look to bowl out the opposition and keep them. I'm sure it's going to be a low scoring match. Both these teams are bowling dominated teams. So we're going to see another low scoring match. I know everyone so far is waiting for a nice high scoring thriller to come in, but so far the pattern is that it's going to be low scoring matches, especially this is Sharjah. So Sharjah is definitely going to be low scoring. So I think bowling first and then looking to chase down the small target carefully, looking at the conditions, like batting carefully is the way to go.
Interesting. I mean, when you mention small target, we still don't have an ideal number in our mind. मतलब, when you think about T20 cricket, अगर वानखड़े के example लेके जाए, if we consider वानखड़े as an example, if we ask what is an ideal target that if you are batting first you would look at, people would generally say that anything about 185 would give you a chance on that kind of wicket. So you obviously have an ideal number in mind when you are playing in the Indian continent. But when it comes to UAE, you don't seem to have an ideal number. I mean, at on the best days, you see 130 being defended and 170 being chased. I think CSK chased down 171 against Kolkata in one of the tough pitches in a day game. So you never know what is that ideal number. So with just 2 minutes left for the toss, if I ask you if you're batting first, if you lose the toss or win the toss and you're put into bat first, what is that ideal number that the batting team would certainly eye going into the first innings? Omkar, first you.
Okay, I feel like the perfect par score will be 159.
159. So 160 you are backing to be a defendable total for the batting side. What about you, Arjun?
For me, something like 140 itself will be competitive because, like yesterday, we saw South Africa still managed to take it till the end against Australia. So it was a very tight match. Like people thought that it'll be a walkover for Australia after the small target, but they really stretched it till the end. So I think even a 140 will be a really competitive score in this kind of a pitch, especially Sharjah.
All right, 140. So you're backing a low scoring match yet again. So even in the last match, I know that the toss is just going to happen and we're going to get an update from the comment section, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. But if you ask about the stars of the day in yesterday's match, we saw spinners and even pacers dominating for a bit. So if I ask you guys a simple question, who do you see being the stars of the day? The spinners, the fast bowlers, or the batsmen? Who do you think will be the stars?
I think the spinners definitely because of the slow wicket, and you have got Hasaranga, Shakib, Mehdi Hassan. So I'm backing the spinners.
Spinners it is. What about you, Arjun?
Yeah, I agree, and I'm excited to see Theekshana. There's been so much build-up about him, and he's another mystery spinner. All the focus has been on Varun Chakravarti and Vanandu Asaranga in the tournament, but he's one mystery spinner that we really don't know whether he'll play as well as he's been playing so far against the qualifying teams. So I'm really excited to see what his hype is about.
So, Sachin is saying fielders will be the star of the day, and it is very important because if you field well, that means you've done well in this match. So, and about Thikshana, just before we get the update about toss, I think I read somewhere that he is a doubt for this game because he picked up an injury in the last match of Sri Lanka. He was taken for a scan, and they are saying that he's likely to miss out on this one. So, how big of a miss that would be for Sri Lanka? So we'll wait and see what happens. I don't think we got an update from the toss. As per Crickbuzz, we are only getting the pitch report, and it says that it is brown. So that means it is going to get slower and slower. You expect the spinners coming into action. So yes, I mean catches like yesterday will make a difference in both games. I agree, man. Yesterday we saw lots of great catches. I think Makram in the first match took a blinder, and Hussein in the second match caught and bowled. I mean that was remarkable as well. So we'll wait and see what kind of a fielding display we have on our show for today. So yes, it is like an Asia Cup का battle समझ ले आज के दिन four Asian giants are gonna be competing against each other, and we are hopeful to see a wonderful game. So while we wait for the toss, I'm not sure what we should focus upon, but we spoke about the ideal score. Let us have some fun. Let us take some of the comment section till we get. Kaustubh is saying please stop. मतलब ये comment I wanted to highlight. Like K drama shows के बारे में क्या है? I'm not sure. I never followed anything about K drama. If anyone could just clarify what he meant about this.
I guess the K
No
drama
idea.
shows maybe because of the hairstyle you have got the Korean hairstyle, and because of the hairband and
वाह वाह
the
मतलब
thinking of
क्या
मतलब लोगों की सोच कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गई.
Sri Lanka won the toss and have opted to field.
all right, so that is the news from the center. So we had less time for fun, but now back to the serious topic. Sri Lanka won the all important toss, and Omkar, they went against you. They felt that they are backing their batsmen to do the job. So your thoughts, Omkar? I mean, you obviously wanted the team to win the toss and bat first. So what do you make of this decision? What do you think the mindset will be?
I think so that it will be very much crucial because I guess Sri Lanka is backing for their batters to perform. Like they are thinking that we might restrict Bangladesh to a decent total below par score, and we might have to chase it because they have been performing really well. Kushal Pereira, Vishka Fernando, then we have Dhananjay De Silva, even Chandimal can play an anchor role for today. So I think that this can be the case. That's why they are chose to field first. Anyways, as a neutral fan, it doesn't matter whatever we do. We are just here to analyze the game, nothing else.
संचित is अरे वो headband डाला है इसीलिए but yeah that is a weird essay. I wasn't expecting to host this show. I was just casually there as an analyst, but it's okay. You are there whenever you're required. So Arjun, coming to you, a good toss to lose or a bad toss to lose for Bangladesh?
Yeah, like I was saying that the winning team of the toss would choose to bowl first. So I guess this is just going to be a matter of which bowling attack and spin attack chokes the other team more. It's going to be a battle of spin attacks. And right now, with winning the toss, Sri Lanka seems to we'll get to see the Sri Lankan spin attack and display first. So let's see how well they do and how much they can restrict the team. Because as I said, something like 120, 130 will be like what they'll be looking to restrict them to.
But we are just assuming that it is going to be a low scoring thriller. But let us not
Hmm.
forget that these are two Asian teams, and especially Bangladesh, if you consider, they have grown up playing on such kind of wickets. They even played 2 months ago on slow and low turners. So is it safe to assume that even 140 or 150 could not be a defendable total just because these two teams know how to play such kind of wickets? So if I ask you, what should be the ideal total that Bangladesh would be looking to put, what would come your do you still back your answer 140 or 159, or do you want to change that given the how the conditions are there predicted right now?
I think I'm
Omkar,
sticking to my 140.
I
140, so
think
you're
so.
backing 140 to be defendable.
No, 140. Yes, yes, yes. It will be defendable.
All right, what about you, Omkar?
I think so. 135 to 140 will be the ideal score because I feel that the to win an easy to get an easy win, the target should be around 159 as I mentioned because RCB scored 164 and they won it comfortably in the IPL days game. So I feel that it will be a great one for to restrict them to 135, and if Bangladesh has to win it, they has to score above 150.
Mahmudullah in ICC tournament is a menace. I remember that 2015 World Cup when he scored those back-to-back hundreds, and that was remarkable as well. So he's going to be a player to watch out for Bangladesh. Purva is saying Sri Lanka is winning. You would back them because of the all-important toss. Battle of all rounders, yes, indeed. I mean, these two teams have been packed with lots of all rounders. So we'll see which team reigns supreme over that. Mahmudullah gets into a whole other level of form when it comes to that. So about the team news, I think Shanaka in the toss mentioned that there was an injury concern. So Binura Fernando is coming in. So maybe it's that player which we talked about earlier. He
Yeah,
is not
yeah,
available. So Thikshana may not be available after all. So how big of a miss that would be according to you, Arjun?
yeah. I personally was looking forward to see him bowl. So yeah, that's going to be a miss, and he's the surprise factor. Now the whole onus is on Varindu to bowl well. He has to lead the attack. So far, he had a good partner in. I don't know much about Binora Fernando, but otherwise, I feel that he will be definitely missed. Dikshana.
Right, and there is yes, and about Bangladesh change, Mahmudullah at the toss mentioned that there is just one change, and Taskin Ahmed is not playing, and Nasum Ahmed is gonna play. So that is the only change that they made from the last encounter from the qualifiers. So they are backing their main squad to do the job once again. So quickly before you wrap up, guys, your prediction for the day: which player is gonna be the player to watch out for both the teams in this match, and who do you think is going to be winning this game? Starting with you, Omkar.
I feel like Bangladesh might have an upper hand because of the way they have playing. Sri Lanka, this side is a bit less experienced, and Bangladesh has been a superior side. It doesn't matter in the end who wins, but I'm rooting for Bangladesh to win.
Interesting. Arjun, you agree with Omkar, or do you think Lanka has a chance?
So I see this as a battle of a veteran all rounder versus an upcoming all rounder. So it's going to be Shakib versus Hasaranga. One of these two are going to be the X Factor players. Whoever does better is going to end up winning the match.
And if you had to choose one, which would it be?
For me, Hasaranga is more exciting. For me, young
Okay.
talents are exciting, so I'm going for Hasaranga.
Is that the only reason, or is it the RCB kind of a thing just
Yes,
coming
the
out? Hasan?
yes RCB
Yeah.
connection also.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, if you ask me for my thing, I think I would back Bangladesh to get the job done because I feel that they are a better side overall, and I do feel that batting first could work in their favor because they have been
And because the
playing
Mustafizu, the
exactly
RR
Mustafizu.
connection.
Yes, yes. So we obviously don't expect Dew to play a flag factor as well. So I do believe that Bangladesh middle order is going to be the key difference in this match. And we spoke about Mahmudullah, we spoke about Shakib Al Hassan for that matter. Let's not discount him. He's also dangerous with the bat as well as he is with the ball. So I think the middle order of Bangladesh will prove out to be the match winning difference for them. So I'm backing Bangladesh to get the job done. So yes, we'll see what happens, but the action is not over, guys. This is just the beginning of what we have in store for you guys. So of course, you guys are going to enjoy the game that we have starting in about 20 minutes time, but don't forget to join us 6:45 p.m. on the Third Man Cricket Show, because we are going to build up for the most exciting encounter from Group 2, India versus Pakistan, two arch rivals when they come up against each other. We're also going to do the post match right after the pre match about this match as well. So we'll be covering that as well. So after the post match of Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh, we are going to start off resuming our watch along that is planned. So we have exciting guests from both the countries. We have two or three guests from Pakistan who will be joining us for the pre-match as well as for the watch along as well. So it is going to be a fun show to be a part of. So do join us for the watch along starting 6:45 p.m. onwards. We are going to have lots of fun. Hopefully, the team that plays better on the day is going to win this game. And let's remind our viewers, it is just a game. We are all here to cherish the sport that we love, and no matter what happens, no matter which team loses, no matter which team wins, we are here to cherish the game that we love. So it is important that we don't cross the line when it comes to spreading hate and toxicity. So we have to bear that in mind. So let us hope for a wonderful day of cricket. Let us hope that कि जो कल के रात के मैच में हुआ था, that doesn't happen. We want to see an exciting thriller to in both the games. So we'll be joining you guys directly at 6:45 p.m. Enjoy the game. Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh is going to be an exciting one, and also the build up to India versus Pakistan will continue on our social media pages. Do follow us on the Third Man Cricket Show on all the social media platforms. We are there on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and on YouTube as well. So do subscribe so you don't miss out when we go live from 6:45 p.m. onwards. Lastly, such is saying even Star Sport is building up the India-Pakistan match while the Sri
ये माहौल
Lanka-Bangladesh
ही
match is
ऐसा है
going
तो
on.
क्या करें अभी. माहौल ही ऐसा हो
It's
उसका.
like you have to bear, even if you're a Bangladeshi fan watching or Sri Lanka fan watching, you have to accept the hype around that match, because it rarely happens. 5 years ke baad they are going to meet in the T20 format. After 3 years, they want to meet in a cricket in an international match as well. So you may never know when the next time will be. So you have to cherish each and every moment. So that is going to be a game to watch out for. Do join us 6:45 p.m. We'll be there as always. I'll be there on the watch along, and I'm sure that Omkar Arjun will be also be there playing some part in that game as well. So see you guys. Thanks Arjun, thanks Omkar for joining us. Thank you everyone who tuned in the comment section for this game as well. I mean, it was lovely to hear out from you, and we are hoping to see all of you from 6:45 p.m. onwards. So till then, this is Sanchit Desai, your host, signing off. Have a great day and stay safe, everyone.